I created a video on profit sharing. I was talking about instead of opting for a loan, you should opt for profit sharing. And I got, I think, 2 or 3 comments, people asking me on the video, people asking me to share more light on profit sharing. And also, I got personal messages on people asking me for my help on profit sharing. So I said, okay, this thing, at least it's a problem I'm trying to solve, kinda. So let me come on here and do some kind of a detailed video on profit sharing to the best of my capacity, because I keep saying, or I said in the previous, whenever you see me with a pen, you know we're about to do something serious. But yeah, let me drop it. So I think in the last video I said profit sharing is not one size fits all. It has to be some sort of like a bespoke, because each business production process is different. Each business cycle is different. So I cannot just give a template for you to use on profit sharing. But however, there's some sort of like an unspoken general rule you can use to help you when you want to opt for profit sharing, or you're looking for a financial partner to opt for a profit sharing with. So I really hope this video do help. So let's get right into profit sharing. So what is profit sharing? As the name implies, share your profits. You're sharing your profits with someone else that is interested in your business. That is it. I think then, as the name implies, that is profit sharing. Before you go into profit sharing, you also want to understand your business more. You want to understand the process of profit sharing. You want to understand if your business truly needs profit sharing at this point in time. So let's dive into this video. I got to know about profit sharing 3 years ago. My elder brother, we're talking about, I was looking for business investors, I was looking for a loan for my business and all of that. So I'd already taken some loan for my business and it was doing well, it was doing great. And then myself and my elder brother were talking about business back and forth. And then he told me about profit sharing. I was like, oh, I have never thought of it this way before. And I went to do research back and forth. I was into it, right? I was going back and forth to know more about profit sharing, to know how it's going to benefit my small business, and if it's going to relieve me of some certain financial stress I'm going through. And then I realized that profit sharing is way better than collecting some loan, because I tell you it is investment, and it is an investment loan because you're paying back some sort of an interest monthly and things like that. So it is way better than loan. So now the first thing you should look at is the overall being of your business. Like, how is your business doing at that moment? For me, the reason I opt for profit sharing was because I kept having higher demand than supply up until this moment. That is the problem. I want to expand, but you will get to a point in your business where you will need some sort of a capital injection. That's why for some people, it might be their partners. When I mean partners, their husbands or their wives might decide to say, okay, let me inject this money into it and things like that. It might be a family member, it might be a colleague, it might be a friend that will decide to like, okay, let me inject this money into your business and you give me some sort of an interest or percentage. But what they do not know is when you do that, it is still a loan, except you're doing it this way, like profit sharing. So look at the overall well-being of your business. Do your business really need a financial partner at this point in time? How have you been running the business? And before you opt for profit sharing, if your business is just a year old, 2 years old, calm down. Keep running the circle. Keep gaining more people's trust. Keep doing this thing. Know your business into total. Now, you don't want to tell someone to come and share profits in your business when you yourself, you don't even know your profit margin. You don't know the profits you're actually making in your business. It wouldn't make sense. You don't know the demand. You cannot even project or do some forecast in your business. It wouldn't make sense. So if your business is still a baby, like you're still in the baby stage, you just started in 2 months, 1 year, even 2 years, I would not advise you to opt for profit sharing because you do not have enough data to back what you have been doing. For me, I have some sort of like a high demand and that I could not cater for. So I realized that the solution might be not that I realized. I spoke with someone and then I did more research. I was into it. Right. So when you know this is the first step, you knowing that is my business truly ready for this phase or I am not. You should know that first before you want to go ahead and opt for profit sharing. Another thing you should really make your research on, or you should really know, is how your business works. What is your business life cycle? So let me break it down. Let's say, for example, you all should know my brand by now called Ladies and Scarves, where I sell luxury scarves for ladies. So let's say, for example, if I want to tell you about my life circle for ladies and scarves, how do I break it down to you? I'll tell you it is every 3 months. So now how is it every 3 months? Let's say I make research on the items I want to bring, the type of scarves I want to bring, scarves to be precise, that I want to bring. I send money for the purchase. I wait for it to get to the agent. Then after the agent, then logistics. After logistics, the item gets to me. When the item gets to me, I create time to create content. After I create content, I start posting this content. After I start posting this content, I start selling. After I start selling, how long does it take for me to clear out that the new collection? How long does it take for me to clear it out? How long does it take for me to recuperate the money in the business? And for ladies and scarves, my business circle for different segments, for some it might be 3 months, for some it might be 6 months. So now the items that are 6 months are items that maybe I ship by sea, and then the ones I ship by air, I give it like 3 months business circle and 6 months business circle. So know your business circle. Even if, let's say for example, you're also producing. If you're a producer, let's say you produce juice, right? Do you harvest the fresh fruit yourself? How long does it take for you to buy the plant it, harvest it, make the juice, sell it out? Know the business circle. It is very important for you to know your business circle. Like I keep saying, keep records. Know your records, know your accounting, but it's also important for you to know your business circle. How does it go round? Like when you buy, you purchase, you sell, you buy again. No, you purchase. So when you purchase, the logistics time it gets to you, you sell, you gather all your money, you purchase again. Know that circle. Know how long it takes you to sell a certain amount of product. So now talking about life circle, a practical example would be, let's say for instance, I'm able to sell 3,000 pieces of cashmere scarves in 6 months. Right? I have done it over the years, and I know with my bookkeeping and everything I have seen that I am able to sell 3,000 pieces of cashmere scarves in 6 months conveniently. Like I can sell it out in 6 months, right? So now I have understood my business circle. I know how many pieces I can sell. I know my customer behavior repeatedly over the years. Now I have track record. So if I'm going to be getting a financial partner, it will be easier for me to show this person that, okay, this is what I have been doing. This is how the business has been performing all this while. And this is that. Now, if I am able to sell, or if I have been selling 3,000 pieces of cashmere for 6 months, then why do I need a financial partner to share my profit with? So now here's the catch. Let's say for instance, I have been conveniently selling 3,000 pieces of cashmere for 6 months, right? But when I go to my database and then I see the amount of people that I turn away when my cashmere scarf is sold out, or when a certain color is sold out because I did not stock a lot of those colors. When I keep going, I see sold out. I'll see if I can put some. I see sold out, like all the people I have been telling sold out, and then I add them together and realize that I am actually losing 50% of, when I mean 50%, like I can still do another 3,000, that's 6,000 in 6 months instead of 3,000. So I'm losing money, I'm losing credibility, I'm losing customers, because when you keep telling people, oh, sold out, at a point in time, they will give up. They'll be like, when will I ever have this item? Yes, it might be some strategy for some people. That's a scarcity strategy. But for ladies and scarf, that's not the strategy. It is literally always sold out. So I thought to myself, okay, it's time to up my game so I don't keep losing customers. Because sometimes when you go back to these customers and tell them, okay, I have restocked, maybe it is in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks or even a month, at that time they do not have the urge or they do not want the product anymore. So what do? You have lost that customer. Sometimes they don't even want to come back to you, not because they don't like you, but they just feel like the experience wasn't what they bargained for. Their expectations were not met, right? So at this point in time, I know, okay, ladies and scarves, you need a financial partner. You don't need a loan in your business. You need someone to trust you enough to know that you're making progress in your business and you also want to take it to another level. So get someone and share the profit with the person. So the business cycle differs in different businesses. Like I said, profit sharing, it's not one size fits all. It is not. It differs from business to business, individual to individual. It differs. So do not say, okay, because I'm giving this example for ladies and scarf, you're just going to copy and paste and use it for your business. It might not work. Another thing you should really consider to know how to do is a little bit of accounting and also your pricing. Know your cost price, your selling price, and your profit margin. It is important. With profit sharing, you do not do any guesswork. There's nothing like, I'm just going to guess, or it is just, no. You need to know it. You really need to know your exact cost price, your selling price, and your profit margin. So in knowing your cost price, I have a video somewhere where I talked about how to do basic pricing technique. You can go check it out. So you need to know your exact cost price and what is the profit margin, and also leave a little room for miscellaneous. So back to ladies and scarves. Initially I said I can conveniently sell 3,000 scarves in 6 months, right? Now, if I need a financial partner, what do I need to do? I needed someone to come and partner with me to bring the remaining 3,000 scarves, right, in my business. So how do we go about it? So let's say the cost of one scarf, the overall cost of one scarf is $1, right? And I end up selling it at $5. So it means my profit after everything I have done is about $4, right? Hold on, don't miss me here. It is very important. So what I need is 3,000 pieces to add to my own 3,000 pieces. It might not just be one financial partner. So now what do? You now multiply, you get the cost price of the extra ones you need. So you get the cost price of the total amount of scarves I need in my business. So now I need 6,000 scarves to sell in 6 months, right? So I need to get the cost price of the total amount of scarves. When I mean the cost price, including your PR, publicity, packaging, make sure you know your exact cost price. It is very important. Very important. If you miss it here, you're just going to be working for your partners for free. You're going to miss it and you end up losing money. Now you get your overall cost price of how much 6,000 cashmere scarves is going to be. Like I also said in the very first video I made about profit sharing, I said how you can, like, you are in control because it is your business. However, there's a catch to it. So let's continue. So now you get the total price you want to buy, the 6,000 pieces of cashmere, right? Let's say 6,000 pieces of cashmere is $2,000, for example. It's $2,000, right? You can conveniently provide $1,000. You look for someone to bring their own $1,000 to match with your $1,000. So you bring the amount of cashmere you're supposed to bring, right? Now you know that you can sell that 6,000 pieces in 6 months. Always leave room. Always leave room for any risk. Always leave room. So now you might even tell your financial partner that wants to go into profit sharing with you that, okay, the business cycle is 6 months, but for risk, for this, for that, we are going to leave it at 8 months. So you'll be able to sell this thing in this and this and this amount of time. Now let's talk about the profit on it. So you know the person's money is the half, the $1,000, they put it into the business, right? Into ladies and scarves, hypothetically speaking. The $1,000 you're using to buy the 3,000 pieces of cashmere. So there might be two different people. So you might share it. So if you get two different people and you say, okay, one person is bringing $400, the other person is bringing $600, you're bringing $1,000, right? So in total, it is, you have 50%, one person has about 30%, one person has 20%, right? So when you make your forecast 100%, you know that. So this is how you share. This is what I would do for a certain business. It is still not one size fits all. Okay, just in case you want me to give you a rundown on how to do your own profit sharing in your small business, I'm going to leave a link below. You can book me one-on-one. Let's talk about it. But let's get into this one. Okay, so now the wholesome profits 100%. You already have 50%. The other person already has 30% and one person has 20%. It is not going to work that way. You also have to leave room for miscellaneous, for risk management, for a lot of things. So what you can do is take about 5% out to buffer of the profit. Take about 5% out. This is not about integrity, or no, it's not about that. Take about 5%. And I always advise that in profit sharing, that was what I said in the beginning, that in profit sharing, make sure that you're not just a new business, right? And I'm talking to small business owners. This might not apply for big brands, big companies, but I'm talking for small business owners. Make sure that you really need it. Make sure you're already in the circle that your demand is higher than what you can supply. You have done this business over the years and you know what you're capable of. So profit sharing differs for each business. Let's say, for example, you have a partner, a financial partner that is also an influencer. What will you do? And their audience are people that you know would buy your product. The way you will share the profits is going to be different, right? Because they're also bringing, they're also helping with sales, they're helping with advertising. You see, when I talked about calculating the cost price, I cannot overemphasize on it. It is not one size fits all. And I hope and pray that you're not just going to take everything from this video and dump into your business and think it's going to work. It might not work. Every child has their own specific needs. Like they say, I don't know, I'm not married. Like they say, each marriage problem differs from another. Each marriage is unique with their own problems and issues. So don't compare your marriage to another person's marriage. So is your business. You might be doing the exact same thing with another person, but what you're facing in your business is totally different from what someone else is facing, right? So it is not one size fits all. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I'm going to leave a link if you want a one-on-one session to do your to teach you more about profit sharing specifically for your business. You can book me down. I'll leave in the description if you're interested. Most importantly, the final phase, this is even supposed to come first, because I believe that you should know everything I have said so far before you even want to go into profit sharing. I think the person that commented about profit sharing, I told the person to make more research. You cannot I cannot overemphasize on making more research, right? So another very important, I think this is the most important, is your agreements, right? You should have a written and signed agreement. So now what goes into this agreement? You should think about the risk in the business. You should also make room for debt in case someone dies. What happens? Don't just leave everything to time and chance. In case there's missing goods, what happens? How are you going to do this? So in your agreement, you can also leave somewhere that says, okay, in case of theft in goods, in case of with evidence, of course. You're not just going to tell your partner that, oh, the goods were stolen and they're going to believe you. No, it's going to take long. So you also need to make sure that nothing like that happens, right? There's also some unforeseen circumstances. You also have to make room for that in your agreement. And then you think about it. What if someone dies? What happens, right? So it is not just about saying, oh, I'm going to share my profit with you, just basically like that. Profit sharing, it's a game changer in every small business, right? But at the same time, it takes a lot it takes a whole lot, and it is not child's play. It's not something that you just do and call numbers, you're just guessing. No. It is something you put in time, effort, and a lot of accountability into it, right? Even some people go as far as inviting their lawyers when they agree to the terms and all. They want their lawyers to help them go over it. And also, if you're doing profit sharing, maybe your family member or your partner or a friend, don't just say, oh, we're just going to do a gentleman agreement. We're just going to agree verbally. I know it works in some country, but what if the other person says, oh, I didn't say that? What would you do? Right? And when it comes to money, it is very, very important to keep documents. It is very, very, very important to keep documents, your agreements, and all of that. I wish I can break it down more than this, but I think I've done my best so far on profit sharing. So kindly do let me know if this video was somewhat helpful in any way. My name is Tare, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my very next video. Bye guys.